I'm Kristen Eykel here with Paula Vail, the host of this beautiful new Reiki show, which is such an exciting opportunity. We're really breaking boundaries here,
yes,
if you will.
Yes.
Talk about time and space being broken. You're using
yes.
Reiki energy for that too. So you have this lovely soup that I know that you've made for us for lunch today.
Yes.
I'd like to hear all about what's in your soup and how you're nourished by this soup.
Well, I look at what I've done, my journey with my Reiki, as like making Reiki soup. I have also, along with Reiki, and we're going to be doing some show topics on some of these other modalities, such as shamanism. I've had some shamanism training, and I've loved that. SVH, Serenity Vibration Healing, which is a prayer modality, quantum healing, so the crystals. So with learning these other techniques, I'm able to add that to what I can offer with my Reiki. And I kind of call it, and this is something I say to my students, this is your journey now. What you put into is, you can add your own personal whatever. I want to add, at this. I add my quantum healing, my SVH, some shamanism, and I'm just making a big pot of nourishing soup. I call it the happy meal because the
with less
crystal
calories.
Healing bed, yes. So I'm very into, I have my Reiki, that is my core, my passion, my love, and then I learn these other modalities, and I can add that knowing and those experiences to what I do with my Reiki, and it just gets me more excited and gives me more I can offer and share with others. And the soup, the pot just keeps getting bigger, which is great. And it's nourishing, it nourishes our soul, it opens up to the most amazing people that I connect with, such as Kristen. I mean, it just opens you up to all that. And so that's how I look at it. We all just can bring in our own personal things. We can learn other modalities. We can bring that into our Reiki practice, or we can just be someone that wants to receive Reiki on a regular basis. But we go and we learn these other things, and then we use our shamanism that we learned and put that in with what we gain from receiving Reiki from someone. So, I mean, there's just so many possibilities.
I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. It does become this amalgam, and they all blend together and form a new energy.
Yes.
I know that in my personal Reiki practice, I started working with Reiki in late 1991. And at that time, I was also learning shamanism, and I was working with hypnotherapy. And all of these practices together, I can't even tell you where one ends and one begins anymore.
Exactly.
And you can say like, oh, well, this is that, and that's true, but they do start to influence and support one another. And I've recently added theta healing to it, which I'm going to be
yes.
giving a little
yes.
theta yumminess to our dear Paula soon. And it then becomes this other place inside of you as the holder of all these pieces. It's kind of like saying, well, my left hand does this and my right hand does that, but both of them are your tools.
Yes, yes, yes. Great analogy.
And you have all those beautiful fingers with your beautiful manicure that you can go out into the world and dig into your garden.
And it becomes your own personal gift that you can give, that you can serve with. And you just bring those, and they just kind of meld together, and you get to a point you don't even think about it.
Right.
It just all comes in when you're focused on doing a session or sending energy to a loved one or someone on the other side of the world. It just all comes in.
It's its own intelligence.
Yes.
That's what I like that you're saying too. You don't have to think about it. It comes out of you naturally and becomes part of who you are, which is why I think it's so transcendent of the time and the space and the cultural barriers. Anybody can learn this, as you said. Anybody can do it. In fact, to be quite honest, my mother is Reiki 2. My daughter and my son, both of my kids are Reiki 1. My dog is Reiki 1. I used to have a Reiki cat. I haven't initiated my current cats. So every time they would sit on me, they're giving Reiki healing. And so they get that experience as well, and you get to amplify it. So having your family also be attuned. In fact, my Reiki master teacher, dear Stella, she attuned her father and her mother. So having your family open up to the Reiki as well, you do get this bigger web of energy that occurs, and it does open up conversation in your family. Even they don't have to believe in the mumbo jumbo thing of it. It's not about that. It's a sensitivity of this connection in the family way of honoring each other, honoring your parents, honoring your children, honoring your community.
Oh, that is just beautiful. And then you have that just larger ball of energy because you have everyone involved and everyone
Supporting it.
and having that in their aura, having that in their life, in their essence.
That's one of the things I would love to talk about too, and we'll do this on another show. I work a lot with pregnancy. I'm a birth doula and a pregnancy yoga expert, and I do yoga for labor. So I work a lot with women in labor using the Reiki to help with pain management or fear management or emotional support. And one of the things I would love to find out, and if you guys out in the world, if you know about this or if you experience this, being initiated to Reiki while you're pregnant, what happens to the baby being born in that energy? So think about a baby being born in fear and trauma and panic meltdown to some crazy environment versus being born in that beautiful healing light. I mean, it's like the angels singing
I love
versus
that.
traffic on the 405, right?
Yes.
So you can shift the energy of the room.
Yes. I invite anyone that has had Reiki initiations while being pregnant or know someone, please email me at paula@wellnessinspire.com. And all of the listeners out there, please send me any of your questions about Reiki, because I'll be discussing those questions, answering those on further shows. Any stories that you want to share about Reiki experiences or what you've seen Reiki do, I would love to have that.
I think that's very powerful to share those ideas within the community, because it helps all of us to know, oh, I never thought of using it that way. Or I know of other people who work with it in the passing over of people who are going from this state to the next state, and utilizing the Reiki to help, again, ease pain, ease fear, ease suffering, and to shift the energy of the room. Because quite frankly, hospitals are not the most healing places energetically to be. And the healthcare practitioners who work in the hospitals, they're stressed, they're anxious. I'm actually doing an initiation in 2 weeks working with healthcare professionals, pediatricians, nurses, doctors. There are more and more nurses using Reiki with their clients, with their patients. And there have actually been studies on this, so we're going to talk about Reiki in the healing professions as well, and how beneficial it is, even just in traditional medicine, to use Reiki as the adjunct, like you were saying with your friend with her lung reduction surgery. That's remarkable.
That is wonderful to see. I have students that work as nurses or in the medical practice. I have students that are massage therapists. That's just really growing.
Perfect.
And the more that gets out there, it's just wonderful.
Imagine facialists with Reiki.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be like a facelift when you go to get your peeled.
A Reiki facial.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
You can sort of charge all your elixirs and all your potions and tonics.
And a little reflexology. Okay, we're getting the pressure points. We're sending in the Reiki.
Oh my gosh, I'm coming to that spa. That's when are we opening that spa? That's fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. A Reiki spa. There you go, someone. There you go.
A friend of mine, a colleague of mine, she's an acupuncturist, and so we're talking about Reiki with the acupuncture needles, because she's actually going to be initiated as well. So using the Reiki over the acupuncture needles to help stimulate them, right?
Yes.
To go deeper into those pressure points.
Yes. Oh, it's just endless.
Chiropractic adjustments.
Yes. My third show, I believe it is with a longtime client, and she's a chiropractor and an amazing nutritionist. And she came to me when I first started my Reiki business 4 years ago, and I'm the official Reiki practitioner for her chiropractic office, and she's going to have a lot to say about that.
I look forward
what
to
that does for her chiropractic patients.
So she's Reiki initiated?
No, she's just a Reiki client.
Just a Reiki client, okay.
But asked me when she opened her own office if I would be their Reiki practitioner.
So you're offering Reiki while they're doing the adjustments as in that same group?
After. They get their adjustment, and then they come to me, and I just Reiki and focus on that area and just leave them in a nice little bubble.
That's nice. And has that been a shift in how they feel, or in their... I mean, some of it is recurring injuries. I would know that they'll be working with physical therapy.
It's eased their pain, and it's just left them feeling more relaxed. But the biggest thing with what she's dealing with is a reduction in the pain.
Great.
Yeah.
It'd be very important to hear that.
Yeah, so that's going to be a really great show.
Anything that one can do to make themselves feel better, respond better, sleep better, eat better, is only going to help their energetic pattern. And
Yes.
the dependence that we've had on chemical interventions or drugs or these kinds of things. Now, granted, if you're hit by a Mack truck, you need certain drugs. I'm not saying that they're a bad thing.
Yes.
But I am saying that over time, their efficacy diminishes, we become dependent on certain things, and it does have other side effects.
Mm-hmm.
If you have something, a modality like Reiki or other forms of natural healing, you don't become dependent upon those side effects. And in fact, your body tissues respond, your hormonal balance responds,
Yes.
you come back into a better state.
Yes.
You elevate beyond the sort of getting by, I'm fine. You get to excellence and awesomeness, which, we're all about awesomeness.
Yes, because it's actually been scientifically proven that our mindset and our attitude affects us physically. It talks to our DNA. One of my most favorites, and he will be an upcoming guest, Alberto Villaldo, and of all his books. But he talks a lot about that. And our LEF, our luminous energy field, that sets what is happening with our DNA. And that's why Reiki, it has been said that Reiki can detect and break away a disease 6 months before it manifests. And I'm also very big on affirmations. I believe what we put out there is what we're going to bring in. So you just put all that together, and that just diminishes what we need the medicines for, and the medical. I mean, they go together, but still, our own body can do so much if we allow it.
I completely agree with you. One of the things I tell my clients a lot, and everybody sort of laughs when I say this, but it's true. Most people spend more energy and attention and kindness to their pets than they do to themselves.
Oh,
How many people do you see with like the little white dog and the thing, and they lavish all this attention on their little creatures, but they speak degradingly about themselves. And so one of the practices I have my clients do, I work with a lot of women, is look at themselves in the mirror and admire her. Look her in the eyes. And instead of saying, oh my God, my eyebrows, oh my God, my skin, my what, instead of doing that to yourself, which is horrifying, which you would not let your best friend say that to you, and yet you say it to yourself. Look in the mirror and compliment that beautiful being looking back at you, and give her the love and the respect as a physical vehicle as much as you would your pet.
Yes.
This body, I believe, is our pet. We have to tell her or him how powerful, how strong, how healthy it is. Those cells do listen to you. You're absolutely right. They absolutely respond, and they say, oh, I'm ugly? Great, I'll manifest ugly. Oh, I'm beautiful? I'll manifest beautiful.
Yes.
I'll manifest radiance, health, vitality, cellular regeneration, well-being.
Yes.
They will manifest exactly what you programmed to do. So if you tell your little vehicle, I need you to be healthy, beautiful, and strong for the rest of my life, however many years that may be, it will listen to you.
It will listen to you. Yes. Yes. And we just say yes. I say yes to my body's physical health. Just put that out there. Say yes and allow it.
So what would be a very powerful affirmation? I would love to be able to leave the audience with an actionable thing that they can take away, that they can do today that would assist them in their well-being and their healing. What would be an actionable thing? An affirmation, something that they can charge. I mean, I'm all about charging the Reiki water.
Mm-hmm.
What would be something that you would support for the client? So from now until next week, when you get your next dose of Paula, what would you have them be as their homework?
Just a simple allowing and saying yes. I say yes to my physical and emotional health and balance. I say yes to joy. Something as simple as that. And say that every day. And it's going to affect you. The repetition is everything. So, and please do that. I would love feedback on that from everyone in their emails. Make up your own little affirmation and just test it, and you'll see.
Absolutely. So I will say yes to that. I will do it right now, and we'll see it next week. Paula, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you for listening in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
The Love of
Hugs
Reiki.
and blessings around, and I look forward to next week.
We're all clear.
Good
Oh, yay! Oh, Michael. Oh, we got the goodie. Oh, I think that was excellent.
That was great. And you see, it went like that.
It
Do you see how
did.
fast it goes? All right, let me turn the camera off.
Okay.
Yay! Paula, you're a rock star.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun!